Hello, Furman Paladins, and welcome back to the Furman University News Channel. I'm your host, Lexia Giannopoulos.
And I'm Jay Gallons. We hope you had a great holiday break. There's a lot to look forward to this next week and a lot to catch up on, so let's jump right into it.
This Monday, for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Furman students had the chance to do community service as an act of service to represent Martin Luther King Jr.
The Day of Service is one of our premier elements of the MLK celebration programming. The Day of Service has actually been around for several years and has often been a committee effort, very much spearheaded by our Heller service. This year in particular, I worked alongside Heller as well as with various student leaders to help plan and essentially execute Day of Service. Day of Service in many ways is designed as kind of a one-off opportunity for maybe members of the community who don't normally participate in service on a routine basis to get a chance to be able to do so. Very much following the mantra, it's a day on, not a day off, to really highlight the importance of service and why that was so central to Dr. King's message.
Furman's improv group, Improbable Cause, is holding a show this next Friday, January 27th at 8 p.m. in Burgess Theater. And if you find yourself loving the show, go ahead and join them for auditions on January 29th at 1 p.m. in Furman Hall 107.
Wondering what FUSAB's planning for our students in these next few weeks? Well, we've got you covered. Thursday, January 26th in Watkins, get ready for all things Taylor. Stop by from 6 to 9 to make your own album-themed tiara, enter raffles for Swifty merch giveaways, and shake it off during the Swifty Rave.
Oh, and don't worry, FUSAB's annual tag is coming up soon on February 6th and will last until February 10th. Hurry and sign up for a chance to win $300 before the sign-ups close on January 27th.
FUSAB's Winter Ball is also right around the corner on February 3rd at Zen Greenville. More information coming soon.
Wondering what's happening in the music community at Furman? We have a few students' videos to come to keep you informed. Here's the video of Abigail Newcomb on Sydney Barajo and her journey with music.
Music heals parts of me that medicine never could. I chose to go into pre-med because I really love to help others. I spent my whole life thinking it's my life's purpose to help those in need, but it's easy to lose myself in the process. That's when I turned to my violin. It helps me find myself again.
Sydney Barajo is a hard-working pre-med student at Furman University who is also an aspiring violinist. Sydney spends 10 hours per week attending classes and 20 hours per week outside of class, studying and researching. Sydney began playing the violin when she was 11 years old when her elementary school offered her lessons. What began as a minor interest developed into a major necessity for her mental well-being.
When I got to middle school, I began to be bullied by the people that were close to me. My best friends were also my best bullies. This is when the violin became less of a hobby and more of a passion for me. I loved having orchestra class every day because it gave me an opportunity to escape from my reality.
To this day, the violin continues to create harmony within Sydney's life. When COVID struck the United States in 2020, people entering college as freshmen found extreme difficulty connecting with others. This could have been the case for Sydney, but through her violin playing, she found a community through music.
When I was a freshman, I joined the Furman Symphony Orchestra, and it gave me so much relief to be able to build connections with like-minded people at such a difficult time and make friends. I've been able to play with the regional, all-state, and Greenville County youth orchestras, and I've met amazing people that I've had great experiences playing and making music with. Playing the violin with my Furman community has given me the opportunity to get out of my comfort zone and audition for other people.
Since joining the orchestra, Sydney has played in 3 musicals, Jekyll and Hyde, Chicago, and Once Upon a Mattress. She also attends private lessons, studio classes, and chamber rehearsals. Overall, she spends about 12 hours per week playing the violin.
For me, it's not about the quantity of the practice, it's about the quality. At my hour-long chamber rehearsals, I learned to perform duets with other students. This year, we played at the Woodlands, and it was a pivotal moment for me because I got to talk to our audience members afterwards and hear about how much they loved our music. It was really heartwarming because it reminded me that playing the violin doesn't only bring me joy, but it can bring others joy too.
Sydney knows that realistically she won't join a professional orchestra because she wants to be a doctor, but she aspires to be part of a community orchestra so that she can have that escape. She wants to continue her advancement in orchestra playing because that's what she enjoys the most, playing with other people.
I find myself through making and playing music. I don't have to think about anything while I'm playing. I allow myself to get lost in the moment. And by getting lost with a violin, I find myself again.
What a great story. That's not all, however. We also have a great video produced by Kayla Moses about minorities in music. Here's the story.
Music. Some argue that this art is an essential fabric of life, providing entertainment for those of different interests, or providing a community whether one is a listener or performer. The communities that are built within music is something many cherish significantly. Unfortunately, not everyone is given access to the extensive community music has to offer. As a musician of color, I have seen and faced unique experiences in music all due to race, ethnicity, background, experience, and more. Many students of color share this sentiment, all having different experiences to share about their time in the music community.
My ultimate goal is to be a doctor. I've seen my mother work while having 4 kids getting her doctorate. She's almost done with her dissertation.
Taryn Marks, a senior at Furman, is part of the percussion studio.
I want to just perform, teach. I want to be a professor and teach musicology and percussion, obviously, and be an advocate for the people who are institutionally marginalized, and just push for more music to be played by people who are part of these institutionally marginalized communities, because their music's fantastic. I've played it.
Many musicians have faced a certain isolation when it comes to their classical music experience. A Paladin Regiment drum major, Xavier Johnson, has expressed this sentiment.
Being at Furman, can be pretty isolating as a student of color already, but when you're in the music department or just the music, just industry or community or whatever. This is a classical, institution. It makes it even more isolating. You can count the number of Black students or people of color in the music department like on 2 hands.
The Furman Percussion Studio recently executed a performance tour, including a performance at the Percussive Arts Society International Convention.
That kind of clicked again that I do belong in the industry, because I've been having severe anxiety about where I belonged. That can be really hard sometimes, so I was just figuring out my identity.
Being looked down upon a lot. A lot of people think my abilities is based off of my skin color, so they just didn't expect me to play a certain way or talk or appeal a certain way. So there's a lot of opportunities that I lost because they figured out that I'm not a white person after hearing my name.
As a woman of color, I have also felt this sentiment. However, it is also found that music can help provide community for others despite that.
Yes, we definitely, obviously, come from different backgrounds, but we are combined. We come together with one simple thing, that we love percussion and we love music, even if that's not what we want to do as a career. We do have a lot of non-music majors in our group. Some of them are my best friends and all that. So even though we don't really want to go the same path as making music, sometimes we want to do more economics. Sometimes we just want to be a professor in music. Sometimes we want to be a nurse or a doctor. But we love music so much that we want to play it and show it to the people. And I think that's what ties us together.
While there is support, still it can be kind of frustrating or lonely.
But I didn't let it get to me. I found new paths and new opportunities to go to, which led me here. And I'm going to continue to look at the bright side of things.
it is an ongoing process. It just doesn't just stop, I think, with inclusion and diversity, whether it's in music, politics, in the general world. We always have to keep progressing. The fact that we still have groups and this idea of progression, that we want to get better, that we're not going to keep stopping until we reach this like ultimate goal of ultimate justice. Because we have diversity, equity, inclusion, equality, all that, but the ultimate goal is justice for all, making sure that everyone has a space, everyone's included, and there's no hatred in the world. So no matter what realm or occupation that we're in, we need to keep pushing for that. So get educated, learn more, be nice. It's cliche, but just be respectful, and just lead your world and life with no hate, lead with love, because then love and music binds us together.
With the new semester in front of us, there are a lot of great CLPs that you can go to. Here are a few to look forward to this next week.
On Monday, January 23rd, join the published author Annalise Crowder as she recounts her harrowing experience as the daughter of German immigrants to the United States during the 1930s, and her subsequent reparation to Germany upon suspicion by the U.S. government that her father was a Nazi spy. That will be at 1:30 in McEaron Lecture Hall.
Then, also in the McEaron Lecture Hall on Wednesday, January 25th at 5 p.m., Kate Clifford Larson, author of biographies on Harriet Tubman, Fannie Lou Hamer, and others, will read from her work and be discussing how she goes about writing biographies.
For our last thing tonight, we'll leave you with another video done by Abigail Newcomb on why you should adopt a friend from the Greenville Humane Society.
Every year, 6.5 million companion animals are brought into animal shelters in the United States. The ASPCA has stated that of those 6.5 million animals, 1.5 million are euthanized. So, by the time this video ends, 24 animals will have been put into the shelter and 6 animals will have had their lives cut short.
Last year, my roommate and I adopted Ferguson from an animal shelter. He was just 2 years old and had already been in 2 homes. We were told that he had little chance of finding a forever home, and we were concerned for his safety, so we took him in.
Approximately 80% of the animals that are euthanized at shelters are healthy, treatable, and adoptable according to the HSUS. Many of the puppies and kittens available for purchase are produced in factories that mass-produce animals in an abusive environment. Adopting your pet helps support the end of kitten and puppy mills and gives an animal another shot at finding a loving home. It feels good to save a life. Adopt, don't shop. To find your next best friend, visit the Greenville Humane Society on Airport Road.
Thanks for tuning in tonight. Make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, keep up to date with everything happening on campus, and to watch all of our previous episodes. You can email us at func@furman.edu to submit news or announcements. I'm Jay Gallons.
And I'm Lexia Janopoulos. We'll now leave you with Mike and Ella for sports.